All right, welcome. Today we're jumping into that crucial first step of any coding course, getting your environment set up. We're going to get you configured for the Transformers course, and we're going to do it fast and without any of the usual headaches, so you can get right to the fun stuff, actually writing some code.
You know that feeling, right? You're all fired up, you're ready to learn, and then bam, you hit the setup instructions, and it feels like you've run into a brick wall. Well, not today. We are going to blast through that hurdle and get you from zero to coding in just a couple of minutes.
Okay, so let's get right into it. You've basically hit a fork in the road here, and you've got two fantastic options. On one side, you have the cloud path using Google Colab. This is your express lane, it's the fastest way to get started, and it's perfect if you're a beginner. On the other side, you've got the local path, which gives you way more control by setting things up on your own machine. Your choice really just boils down to what you're most comfortable with.
So first up, let's explore that cloud path with Google Colab. Honestly, the easiest way to think about this one is as the plug-and-play option. It's the one we're starting with because it is just so incredibly straightforward.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The folks who actually created the course are super clear about this. They strongly recommend that if you're new to this, you should start with Colab. It just gets rid of a ton of potential issues and lets you focus on what matters, learning. I mean, just look at the perks here. You don't have to install anything on your computer at all. You just open a web browser and you're coding. Plus, you get free access to really powerful hardware like GPUs, which is just amazing. This is the recommended path for everyone, but especially if you're on a Windows machine, this is the way to go.
So how do you do it? It's about as simple as it gets. You just type one line of code into a Colab cell. You start with that exclamation mark, then pip install transformers. That'll get you the lightweight, basic version. But for everything you're going to need in this course, you'll want the full install. That's the command with sentence piece at the end. It might take a minute or two to run, but that's it.
And just like that, you're ready to go. Your setup is done. But what if you're someone who really prefers to have everything running on your own computer? What if you want that extra bit of control? Well, don't worry, there's a path for you too. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the local path. This is for those of you on macOS or Linux who want to build a dedicated, long-term workspace right on your own computer. This whole method is all about control and keeping your projects nice and separate. Now, before we start throwing commands around, let's quickly talk about what a virtual environment even is. The absolute best analogy is a sandbox. Think of it as a clean, private little play area just for this one project. Any libraries you install for the course live inside the sandbox and won't mess with any other projects on your computer. It's a really critical best practice for any developer.
The local setup really just breaks down into 4 simple stages. First, we'll make a folder, a little home for our project. Second, we create that virtual sandbox right inside it. Third, we have to activate it, which is kind of like flipping the on switch. And finally, once we're inside that active environment, we install all our libraries. So let's see what the commands look like.
Step 1 is a piece of cake. We're going to use mkdir to make a directory. We'll call it Transformers course. And then we'll use cd to change directory and just hop right inside our new folder. Okay, here's where the magic happens. This one command tells Python to create a brand new virtual environment, or venv, right where we are. What you'll see is a new hidden folder called .venv pop up, and inside there is a fresh, clean copy of Python just for this project. Now, this part is so crucial. We've created the environment, but now we have to actually turn it on. This source command does just that. It basically tells your terminal, hey, from now on, I want you to use the Python and all the tools inside this specific .env folder, not the main ones on my system. But how do you know if it actually worked? Well, you can check it with a super simple command, which Python. Before activating, this would have pointed to your system's main Python. But now, it should show a path that points directly inside your new project folder. That's how you know for sure that you're in the sandbox. And for the final step, we install our libraries. This pip install command should look pretty familiar, but the key thing here is that because your environment is active, the Transformers library is being installed safely inside your projects.env folder, which keeps your main system completely clean and tidy. And that's it. Whether you chose the lightning-fast Colab route or the more controlled local path, your environment is now totally configured. You are all set and ready to dive into the course. So let's do a quick recap. You now know you've got 2 awesome options, Colab for speed and simplicity, and a local virtual environment for total control. You know that Colab is the absolute fastest way to get from zero to coding. You also know that virtual environments are a key skill for keeping your work clean and organized. And no matter which path you chose, the most important takeaway is this: you did it. You successfully installed the library.
The technical setup is officially behind you. Your tools are installed. Your workspace is ready. So the only question left, and it's the most exciting one of all, is what are you going to build first?